Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Katrina Smith. If you are new and watching my videos for the first time, be sure to subscribe, smash the notification bell. If you are an old subscriber, be sure to like, comment, and share my content. Before I get into today's discussion topic, I want to let my new subscribers know that I'm a disability advocate for Living with Disability, a podcast and online talk show. You can find the information in the description box down below. Let's talk about support. What does it mean to have support and to give support? Support never works one way, and I want to dive deep into this topic a little bit more and give you some of my own experience with this. Supporting one another in the DC disability community. Have you watched the Netflix documentary Crip Camp? If you haven't, I highly recommend it. I'm not going to spill a pot of stew. All I'll say is that you need to watch this documentary. And if you have watched, I hope you understand the point I'm driving at. We as people need to come together and continue to fight a good fight for what is right for us and for everyone who stands after us. If Judy Heumann and her crew began the fight, that meant that had started with the hardest part. So we should have to fight as hard. There are many things in our community alone that we see each day. These things won't fix themselves if there is no voice behind them. Be that voice and stand up at every. Before I go into sharing my experience, I want to make sure I address the term disabled and identify as a person with a disability. First, every person who is disabled may identify themselves as a person, meaning they are a person and share what they do before addressing their disability. This is very crucial point, noting that because they are a person, they can do and be anything following that job, education, and so forth. Lastly, addressing the word disability or disabilities. Here is where some people go wrong. Just because a person has a hidden disability doesn't mean they don't have a disability at all. When I explain things, I would like to give a lecture that gives you something to think about. Therefore, here is a thing to think about. In the wintertime, it snows. Sometimes the snow melts and you have to place ice down to melt it so you don't slip. Then you have ice that is down on the ground called black ice. It blends with the color of the ground. One type of snow is noticeable and the other snow is not. If you get my point, you can physically see the snow when it turns to ice and when it's hidden. You can't see it. In 2015 and 2016, I built a few platforms for people with many disabilities and conditions. I created Living with Disabilities, an online talk show for people to bring awareness to their disabilities or condition. Then in 2016, I created Disability Safe Haven, an online support group for people with disabilities. These platforms are to give support, and not only are they getting the support they need, but they are also giving back support to others. The difference between giving and getting support is felt within, but I want to dive a little bit deeper if I may. I have done a lot in terms of building my platforms for people to get the support they need. Before I go into the next step, I must thank all my supporters that have already supported me. As Gladwell says, you don't get anywhere by yourself, not even billionaires. Never take advantage of someone or the space they provide for you. In this case, the platform is all we have to find different avenues to help each other out in our community. If they ask if they can share something, found a way they could share instead of always keeping the door closed on them when they kept the door open for you. We have to show society what we need by setting an example within our community. This is how we as a community grow, by supporting each other and not always wanting for ourselves. And here goes my experience of creating multiple platforms and receiving or not receiving in return. Once again, this is based on the disability community and giving or not receiving in return. I received some support in return, and I'm truly grateful to each person who has shown their support in the best way possible. I also reached out in other ways to get support from others and was shown a closed door. There is a valuable lesson from this, and I have learned that people with disabilities are people like any other people in society. Some will help you and expect nothing from you for the help. Then some will want you but won't help in return. We need to fix that problem if we want support from society and not to mirror back reflections you don't like. If you see one or more people in your community creating a space they want society to reflect from, continue to build from that with your creativity. And if you like what one person did, give them credit. Never take credit from someone else if it's not yours.